What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So I haven't done one of these for a couple of months. We got Devstream bingo today. We'll be predicting what's going to be happening on the Devstream tomorrow. That happens at 3 p.m. ET. Before we get into this stuff, though, make sure you sub this channel. This is all speculation stuff just for fun. But we also got the new Galleon of Ghouls second weekend up with the Tack and Lug blueprint. I literally just signed on, so I'll probably farm this out live on stream. If you want to come by, we got some Omniforma bundle giveaways going too. But yeah, let's get right into what the video's about. The predictions for tomorrow's Devstream. Now, we have some information that's official, but this is pretty much all speculation, but it's also for fun too, so let's hope that we get some big information tomorrow. Let's start the things off with the first square on the Devstream bingo card. This is really just for fun video, guys. We got Yareli Prime second week. So if you watched my video yesterday, you'd know that we have basically Yareli Prime confirmed as the next Prime access. But the real question now is the release date. Will it be the second week of May, basically like in a week from today, or will it be in 2 weeks, like the third week of May? So you got two squares on here. This one's Yareli Prime second week. I really don't think it will be the second week, but that would be kind of hype if DE's like, yeah, Yareli Prime comes out next week, like literally like 4 days after the stream, because the stream's on a Saturday this time. I think that'd be cool, but also it would give people more time to prepare if it was like in the third week of May. So we'll see. Their Lavos Prime goes away tweet was like last week, so it could technically be the second week of May. Next, this is one that we really, this is like a big info drop that we need. 1999 fissures. Now, I have talked about 1999 fissures in the past and basically why they're too good to exist. But I really think that it would be nice. I mean, maybe we don't need them, but I would really like to have 1999 fissures. And the reason that I don't think they will add them, but I really do hope they will, because they've talked about it before, it's because there's just too good of... There's one specific mission on 1999 that might be too good for a fissure. That's called Legacite Harvest. So in Legacite Harvest, it's basically a capture mission. And that the capture missions are pretty fast fissure missions. So they're to make an Omni capture, basically Omni... We use the word Omni in Warframe a lot nowadays, but an Omni fissure for a Legacite capture, that could be basically like opening up any relic at breakneck speed and also getting a Mesa relic back out of it. Not to mention also an Arcane if you do open the infested cache. So I would love to see some 1999 fissures, but I do think it would be a little bit imbalanced if they went for the... I mean, if they went for an Omni Exterminate even, that would be better than what most of the Omnis we have. So, yeah, I hope they add it, but I'm not holding my breath on it because it just sounds too good to be true. Moving on, since we know DUVIRI is getting an expansion here, I'm thinking a new weekly. Now, DUVIRI already has a lot of weeklies with the whole, weekly circuit and weekly Steel Path circuit, but they're literally adding like MURMUR to DUVIRI, so they might be trying to push a new weekly, or maybe just push it back into the Steel Path circuit with some massive expansions, hopefully. But either way, DE loves to add new weeklies to the game, and I'm not going to act like I don't like having new weeklies in the game. Although they are making the weekly reset video take quite a while nowadays. But either way, hopefully a new weekly will get added and you can fill in that square. Next, since this is a PAX Devstream, DE is going to be at the PAX gaming convention thing. They're going to have audience questions. Actually, some people I talked to from my Twitch chat are going to be there too, trying to get some questions answered. I think we told them hey, can you ask DE to rework some old unused Arcane sets? I thought that was a pretty good idea. But yeah, if there's any funny audience questions like last year when someone asked, hey, can you buff Titania? Funny enough, DE did buff Titania if you watched my video from a couple days ago. She could one-shot level 10,000 really easily. But yeah, any funny questions that the audience, not subjective of course, you fill in that square. Moving on, Slam nerf. You guys keep trying to tell me that DE said they're not going to nerf the slams on this one dev short. The dev short you're talking about, I don't know how you interpreted that as slam nerfs being canceled. That was like, all right, let me write that down to make sure we actually talk about that next time. So yes, slam nerfs, I hope, are off the table, but I think this will be the day that we actually get the full information. So it will be the worst I told you so of all time. I don't want to be the one that told you so, but at this point you guys keep trying to tell me they said it's not happening anymore. They said it's a theoretical nerf. They said it's theoretical nerf physics. Doesn't mean that they can't actually go through with it. So if they do talk about the slam nerf, that will be sad. But also, I told you so. So you can fill in that square alongside me. Next, Umbra Omniforma. This is a thing that is sorely needed. If you haven't played in a while, we have these new forma called Omniforma. We basically put four forma together and fuse into a super forma. But the thing is, Umbra polarities don't work on those super forma. So a lot of players and the devs have kind of hinted at this a little bit, are hoping we get an Umbra Omni even more super form. We basically take an Umbra form and Omni form, fuse them together, and it can do any polarity, including Umbra. So that would be great. That would be definitely super hyped to announce on stage. And that would become the new most rare form for sure. Moving on, we know there's going to be a rework they're going to show, and also a new frame they're going to show. So here are some squares for the new frame. We got Spider Frame. They keep talking about Spider Frame on the dev shorts, and I kind of want them to release at this point. I think a DUVIRI, like a MURMUR DUVIRI fused spider, kind of looks like a Void Angel a little bit, could look really cool. And, you know, it wouldn't look, if it was like a Void Angel, it wouldn't look too much like a spider to freak out people that have like arachnophobia. But either way, Spider Frame is one of those squares. Next, Banshee Rework. We took a poll on chat as far as what frame do you think will get reworked next by Pablo, and we had, I think, 5 choices, and the 3 that are on here are the 3 that got the most votes. So Banshee Rework's on there. She really isn't played that much, and she's also like kind of confusing to play as well, so she could definitely use some reworks. They're making an heirloom skin too. I have no clue who it will be for, but probably whoever's getting reworked is the one getting an heirloom skin, I'd assume. So that could be an older frame here. Not that Banshee's bad, but I wouldn't mind a rework for her at all. Next, Aurelia Prime, 3rd week. As I said earlier, we have to have a 2nd week and a 3rd week here. I think it will be the 3rd week, but it would be pretty hype if they said Aurelia Prime in like 4 days from right now. Next, this is a speculative one for me. Buy any incarnon. Now, what I mean by buy any incarnon is, I mean, if you look at the incarnon rotation, you might notice like, hey, the Torrid is only available for 1 week. That's gone for 2 months. That's very annoying to lots of players. And since DUVIRI has been in the game for like 2 years at this point, and you could buy like the Boar Incarnon, you could buy like the Gorgon Incarnon, etc. You could buy some Incarnons, you can't buy all of them. I think DE might be like, okay, now it's time. You could buy the Torrid Incarnon now. You don't have to wait 2 months. I don't think that would be that egregious, but also I think the reason they don't do that is because they weren't purchasable at launch. People had to grind them, and they didn't want people to feel annoyed. Like, well, I would have bought it if it was like that at launch. I had to grind it, now I feel like I wasted my time. So I think they might eventually add this because it's the DUVIRI expansion. If they're adding new Incarnons, they're going to have an even more bloated Incarnon pool. So we'll see about that. Next, Aurelia Prime's extra item is a Sentinel. Now, this was something that we've been talking about a lot on stream. What will Aurelia Prime come with besides the Compressive Prime? Like, I can pretty much guarantee the Compressive Prime will be launched with Aurelia Prime, but what will be the extra item? So if you think about it, at least in my perspective, when you're on the K drive as Aurelia with no augment, because you have to ride the K drive with no augment, what can you do? You can only fire a pistol and have a Sentinel following you around. So I think if they want to make a full Prime access you can use on the K drive, the last item will be a Sentinel. So I think it will be Diriga Prime. I know you guys say it's the grittier item, but technically everything that's a Sentinel is Orokin. But if they want to make it not as fun, they could do Oxalis Prime. Yeah, that thing that goes fishing for you, they could make a Prime version of that. But hopefully it's Diriga, because Diriga Prime will be like one of the best Prime access items ever. Like if you look at like Compressa, Diriga, Aurelia, that's a pretty decent Prime access. Oxalis, Compressa, Aurelia is not as good of a Prime access, so we'll see about that. Any Sentinel will do, though. Next, more boss rework info. Did you forget they're reworking Captain Vor? I bet you did. Well, they actually said there's going to be some special prestigious Steel Path stuff for killing the new version of Captain Vor on a Steel Path, so maybe we'll see some more information about that on the stream. Next, new Proto Frame. Now, this is probably one you can't really fill in, a little bit harder to fill in, but I think Proto Frames have been pretty popular, but it might be too early to get another random one. We have, like, what, 10 Proto Frames now? We'll see. It will be a major update. I would say if they add like one new Proto Frame, that would be kind of cool. Like it wouldn't be like overwhelming. Like we have to have Kim dating sim dialogue for all these frames, and they also have to have all these animations and special like custom emotes and stuff. It's like if you add one Proto Frame, they don't even need to have Kim dialogue, in my opinion. You just remove the Kim dialogue aspect of it. I think that would be cool. We just want more skins that can transform, more skins that are like human Warframes. I think one every big update wouldn't be too crazy, but maybe it would. But yeah, I hope we get one of those. I'm not holding my breath on that, though, because we're getting Heirloom instead, I think. Next, Aurelia Prime trailer. We haven't gotten a trailer for a Prime Frame for a bit. And then since Aurelia has her own special new song, like the little pop song I put in the video yesterday, I think there will be a Aurelia Prime trailer, honestly. So that's a pretty easy one to fill in there, I'd say. Next, new event. Galleon of Ghouls might be up right now, but it's hardly an event. It is, like, seriously underwhelming. I'm looking for a new big event. Like, we're talking, like, Belly of the Beast 2.0. We're talking about Gargoyle's Cry 2.0. So, hopefully, it's another thing to, like, make Arc and Energize cost 1 plat. I mean, what? Another event that just gives you new loot. You can farm new loot a bunch. You can maybe sell some of the arcanes from the event for plat. Whatever you need to do. Belly of the Beast was good. Galleon of Ghouls is pretty much a nothing burger, so hopefully we get a new event announced. Maybe a DUVIRI event, even. Next, Limbo Rework. Again, the 3 we voted on stream are the ones you see. Now, it might be a kind of hard column that we have Oberon Rework and Limbo Rework there, but hey, we'll see about that. Next, Warframe Android info. They said that Warframe Android would come out this year, and we have not a ton of information on it. So maybe they'll talk about it a little bit more on stage because they'll have a lot of eyes on them. But either way, Warframe Android is supposed to be here in the future, and I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. Next, new arcanes. We're going back to DUVIRI. DUVIRI has quite a few arcanes that everyone forgets even exist. We got like Secondary Shiver, Arcane Power Ramp, some other random one that does something with impact procs, like Arcane whatever. So maybe they'll add some new ones that people forget about right away too. The farming arcanes in DUVIRI is kind of a pain in the butt. You have to like go through the portals, you have to go through the weekly circuit, stuff like that. It's not exactly the most enticing to farm those arcanes. But hey, if they add new arcanes, I'll farm those portals for a couple hours for sure. But yeah, next one we got new incarnons. So we're going back to DUVIRI. I think it's like pretty much like blatant. They're going to add some new incarnons. Now, if they don't, that'll be a big bummer because it's like, why are we going back to DUVIRI if we're not getting new incarnons? But hey, as far as new incarnons, I hope we get like a Tigris, a Galatine, all those really old weapons that nobody uses. Pretty much all the stuff in the Prime Access Resurgence nowadays. Those things should use some incarnons. So hopefully we get some of that. Next, Oberon Rework. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Out of Banshee, Limbo, and Oberon, who do you want to get reworked the most? I'd say out of these 3, I don't really care about Oberon that much, so I'd probably say I'd go for Banshee or Limbo here. The reason Limbo could probably use a rework is because Overguard didn't exist back in the day. He was the god of the Grineer. Nowadays, every faction has ways to basically annoy him, so that's kind of annoying. But at the same time, let Limbo suffer. He was allowed to be the king of defense for a while, the king of the Grineer. He deserves to suffer for a couple more years, I'd say. But either way, I don't mind any of these friends getting reworked Banshee, Limbo, or Oberon. The last one that people voted for as well was Loki. That could be a thing, but we'll see about that. And then as far as Valkyrie getting a rework, she's just a glorified melee weapon, so kind of whatever. She looks cool at least. Next, an unexpected nerf. So we are, you can pretty much expect they're going to nerf the Slam attacks. They already announced they're going to be nerfing Ivara's concentrated arrow augment. But if there's another nerf announced besides those 2, you could fill in this square. A lot of people are complaining, hey, nerf melee influence, it's the only choice. The dumbest argument ever. But yes, I wouldn't be surprised if like they've had people whisper in their ear, nerf this, nerf that, enough that they're going to actually get something nerfed that's not on our list already. Next, non-spider frames. We had spider frame earlier, now we got non-spider frame. So, yeah, hopefully it is. I hope they just make the spider frame to get out of the way, because I'm sick of hearing the spider frame jokes. But if it's some other kind of frame, maybe, like a DUVIRI, again, a DUVIRI Murmur frame could be pretty cool. Lots of possibilities on that one. And the last square, new augments. I feel like we get new augments pretty often in Warframe, and we do know for a fact that there should be a Caliban augment on the way. So if they show that Caliban augment again on stream, that'd be pretty funny because it was looking pretty busted. But yeah, maybe maybe an augment for like Dante, or maybe an augment for some other frame that's pretty recent I'm forgetting about, like maybe Dagoth. So either way, guys, that's the Devstream bingo for tomorrow. I'm going to be going live on stream here pretty soon to farm out that new ghoul weapon and then maybe give it a shot at level 10,000. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's going to be good. Maybe it'll be bad. But yeah, I'll see you guys on stream, live reacting to stuff tomorrow, and I'll have an overview video on this channel tomorrow night. There are no drops tomorrow. The drops are actually, if you watch my video from yesterday, the news video, drops are actually temporarily disabled for all Warframe streams because there's been a change in how drops are, calculated. So I'll see you guys next time. For your support, take it easy. Peace.